Hey, hey, what's up, NDC? This is NDC TV live presenting the candidates. I'm your host, Sharufa Walker, founder, entrepreneur, building social impact solutions in Web3. And we are here presenting 29 candidates for 3 houses because these polls are open. It's an exciting time that everyone is getting out and they're voting, using their voice, using their power to be able to drive this new amazing opportunity within the NDC. So today we have with us Vandal. Welcome, Vandal.
How you doing?
Hey, I love it. I love it. I'm good. So Vandal, let's just jump right into it. All right. Let the people know
Sounds good. All right, so I'm Vandal. My mother calls me Jason. I'm originally from Toronto, Canada. I've been out in Southeast Asia probably for the last 20 plus years. What brought me out there was music and connecting with people and building communities and creating platforms. And when I discovered blockchain, I was like, yes, decentralization is definitely the way for the future of artists as well as just communities in general. And that brought me to NEAR, and here we are 3 years later in my NEAR journey, and finally getting into the politics of it all.
That's amazing. So shout out to Southeast Asia. We love that, this is a global movement. In thinking about why you're running and the importance of this moment and this opportunity, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So I guess being involved in the NEAR ecosystem over the past 3 years, I had the opportunity to come in and work together with one of the platforms called Midbase. And I was asked to start to develop a music community on NEAR because my project DAO Records is basically paving the way for music, Web3 music, and NFTs. So after doing that, I discovered a lot more of the technology aspects and found the benefits to creatives and entrepreneurs and artists by using this technology on NEAR. And I dabbled and tinkered with all kinds of stuff from like Astro DAO and Sputnik DAO before that, and Ref Finance and Burrow and like the various other tools in the ecosystem. And I really felt like, it was important for me to run for House of Merit because of my ability to connect with various communities, whether that's a developer DeFi communities, whether that's the governance and DAO communities or the creative communities. And I felt like being a part of the House of Merit, I could offer, my skills as being a bridge between all of the ecosystems and create that sort of cohesive feeling of what NEAR really is and, supporting the creatives, supporting the developers, supporting all aspects of the ecosystem. So that's why I'm really excited to be here, to be able to provide my unique perspective, not only as an artist and an entrepreneur and a founder, but also someone who loves decentralization and always is interested in exploring that governance aspect of it. So that's pretty much why I'm running.
I love that. I love the fact that, you're very diverse in terms of your background and wearing that dev hat and then also wearing the creative hat. It's such a reflection of the opportunity in Web3. So in thinking about for you in your journey and your story? Why Web3?
That's a good question. I mean, being involved in so many different communities over the years and looking at ways that, artists can succeed and benefit, I found a lot of problems. Usually that's with transparency, because I think within the music industry, personally, I've had experiences where, money comes and you don't know where it's going and how much it is. And you don't really have that transparency. And I felt like, Web3 was a perfect opportunity to kind of work and build something that could provide that layer of transparency for artists to make them, feel like they're not being ripped off. And, part of that element of Web3 I found to be so important. Also decentralization, because I think, we have power in numbers, and having things highly centralized can lead to a lot of abuse and corruption. So I found that to be able to bring things more on sort of a horizontal level, it's really important that we utilize this technology, this Web3 technology, for the benefit of everyone, I think. And that really attracted me to Web3. The other part is obviously the different cool technologies that are being built. Like NFTs was one of the technologies where I was like, at the beginning, I'm like, okay, crypto kitties, yeah, that's cool. And a few years later, it's like crypto art. Okay, that's cool, but where's the music? So we worked to develop music NFTs, working with Midbase, and really trying to push the music element of Web3. That's where my heart's at. But I think there's benefits of this Web3 technology for everyone in communities all over the world to put people together.
I love that. And thinking about, that need for transparency, specifically within the music community that you've invested in. And you mentioned transparency so many times. Why not run for the Transparency Commission? Like, why House Merit, right? Like, let us know.
Yes, so that's a good question. I was like, I wasn't even planning to run in the first place, to be honest. And then, a number of my friends within the community are like, "Hey, Vandal, you should run for House of Merit." So, I looked into it and I thought, okay, I probably would have a better shot. There's 15 seats, and I think that being involved in creatives now in the early days, I've been involved in allocating funds for artists, for grants, for various projects. So I know a lot about the broader ecosystem of projects that are being built and how the grants work, and connecting all of those elements. And I felt like House of Merit would be a good place for me to kind of add balance to the conversation with the rest of the house, and just to be able to bring my perspective to the table when it comes to how we can better allocate funds to projects that are a bit more inclusive and really recognize the potential and power of the creative community within NEAR, because I think it's a very strong community. And I really feel like by connecting the creatives with the developers and with the marketing and building and using the tools like Horizon, I think we can really create products that are valuable to the broader creative community out there. And I think through creativity, we really bring culture to NEAR. And I think that's really important thing, to have that diversity in culture and representation from creatives to developers. It doesn't always have to be about the tech. And in House of Merit, I can really provide that voice.
I love that, because we know that culture drives everything, right? And thinking about the responsibility within the House of Merit when it comes down to the treasury, right? How are you thinking about effectively utilizing the treasury to ensure that there is equity across the board?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's important to communicate with everybody else, in House of Merit. It's obviously going to be a pretty diverse geographically, house, and I think that it's really important to be able to have good communication with everybody there, and to be able to understand the needs of the ecosystem and how we can better position Near to attract those 1 billion users. And I think by doing that, we all have to work together. And allocating the funds, it should be a group decision, and everybody should voice out their thoughts when we're looking at different projects and where the money should move to. I'm not here to do it all on my own. I'm here to work as a team, work together with everybody, and find the best options and projects to fund.
That's dope, because collaboration is necessary, right? In decentralization. So you spoke about the future, right? And in thinking about the scalability of Near, right? What are you thinking about in regards to how do you plan to assist Near to reach that goal of 1 billion users, to reach a scalability model that is sustainable for the ecosystem?
Yeah, I think like what I was saying before, it's really important to identify projects that bring products to the market that everybody would want to use. There's a lot of niche products like the DeFi products. They don't really, resonate with everybody out there. So we need to find products that are a bit more sort of Web 2 in a way. And as well as looking how we can work together with Web2 platforms, I think that's another crucial element because, they already have their user base. How can they integrate Web3? How can they utilize Near, the cheap and fast transactions, the amazing technology that exists within Near protocol? I think it's underused for that. It has a lot of potential. And I think by getting people interested in something, rather than trying to sell that thing. So again, it's just all about building that cool shit. Can I say that? For people to use,
Yeah, I think that's dope. And a few of the candidates that we've been speaking to have been talking about the need for this Web 2.5 utility, right? And thinking about the global trend of AI right now, everyone's running there. And what's keeping you here, with Near while the world is moving forward with AI and thinking that that is the wave of where the cool shit is happening, right?
Yeah, the next cool shit is going to be the AI and blockchain integrations. I think, like after AI runs its cycle, products are going to be developed. Blockchain is going to be there to provide that underlying layer of security and decentralization. And you're going to see a lot of blockchain AI fused projects coming out. I know they're already coming. This is something that what we're working on with our records as well is to look at how to incorporate AI. So I think there's a really good sort of synergy between AI and blockchain. So that's where I see the future. AI is cool on its own, but add that element of blockchain and we have something really sweet and special.
That's amazing. Like having that pair sounds super sexy, right? So let's think about the future of Vandal actually winning the seat in the House of Merit, right? Like you're in the seat, you're now a part of this V1 governance. 6 months from now, what are you hoping to accomplish? What does success look like for you?
I think it's all about the team. At the end of the day, it's all about the broader community. I think that if we can really make an impact as to where funds are allocated into amazing projects and also help develop the talent that has so much potential. And I think we see this both in the developer world and in the creative world. And I would like to kind of see the synergy between the two happen a bit more. I thought that this was a really big possibility previously, but there wasn't really any mechanism to bridge that gap between the developer and the tech community and the creatives. And I think creatives, they got the ideas, they can bring these ideas to the table. They don't have the skills in terms of development and coding. And I feel like there's a lack of opportunity for them because of that. It's a great idea. So I hope to be able to bridge that gap, and we can really see some more synergy grow between creatives and developers. And then, of course, we have the marketing DAO vertical as well, which is extremely important because, the word needs to get out. How do we bring them all together? And I think that by kind of focusing on projects that allow that synergy, I think that by the end of 6 months, we're going to have a lot to show for where this money is being spent within the broader ecosystem.
Yeah, I love the highlight of the need for the creatives and the devs to truly start dating, right? And really get in
Mm-hmm.
the sandbox together and make some magic. So, Vandal, do you believe that true decentralized governance is possible?
Okay, so it's a difficult question because I've been messing around with DAOs since the end of 2019, and we deployed a DAO early in 2020, and on Near as well, I guess late 2020, and I've helped to onboard numerous members of the community and help create and found a number of DAOs. So I think Ilya was speaking at Near APAC, and he talked about sort of AI integrations with Near and blockchain. And I really feel like to achieve real decentralization, I think that it needs to be done by computers in a way. Humans are great, but I think that sometimes there's biases, there's emotions, there's feelings and all these things that can get in the way of governance. And to achieve the decentralization, I think computers will have a better go at it. And then using AI, I think, is a perfect tool for decentralized governance. AI with human input and conversations, and then just kind of letting these autonomous AI agents manage various aspects of governance that are clean of human hands in a way. And then maybe at that point we can achieve pure decentralization as far as I see it. But we're trying. It's challenging because of this centralized governance models that we've all sort of grown up with. It's hard to kind of get ourselves out of that. And then, you include money in the mix and power and various other things. It increases those challenges. So, hopefully there's a way that AI and blockchain can work together in governance and should sort of make things easier for the human.
Yeah, that's so interesting that you believe that AI is a necessary component to the pathway to true decentralization, because I think about that human input that's required for the AI to do its thing, and those unconscious biases that we all arrive, to wherever we are, right? That come with us on our journey that could be baked in, right? But also it's a process, right? And it's going to be like a slow walk, even though I feel like the industry wants it to be fast and to get it right immediately. We just got to give some grace and know that, we're all trying, we're all learning, and we're all moving forward, to the same desire. So, Vandal, this is your moment. This is your time to be able to let the people know why you for the House of Merit. What is one thing that you want to leave them with? Let them know your Near handle, but then also let them know, what they should know going to the polls and voting for you.
Yeah, so I've stuck it out thick and thin with Near over the past 3 years, despite the bear market. I've always been sort of very bullish on the technology and the community, not just the creative community, but the broader Near community. I've been at the first NearCon in Lisbon last year in Lisbon, and I hope to be there again this year in Lisbon. I've had a chance, to meet Ilya and talk to a lot of the projects and build relationships. And I think that that's very important because, as somebody who's going to be in the House of Merit and be talking to projects within the ecosystem, it's really important to have that relationship with everybody to kind of be the glue. Like, I can be the glue for House of Merit to connect everybody. And I think that that's really important. That's the skill that I bring to the table. And I'm also a creative. I have lots of great ideas I can bring. And I think that I love people. I love to communicate. I love to find ways where we can solve problems and work together to do that. So as a team player and somebody who understands the whole ecosystem, just type in Vandal.near, do your thing, make your vote, show some love, and let's see what happens.
All right. So here's to the glue, right? Good luck. Best of luck to you, Vandal, on these elections. Get out and vote. Your voice matters. September 22nd, the polls are closing. So thank you. Thank you so much, Vandal. We appreciate you and best of luck to you. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot, Sharu. Logic, thank you so much. NDC, hope to see you there.